Hi, so Charlie giving you Friday's live trading. It's what, about 20 to 8 in the morning at the moment. Just having a look across the markets. Cable is interesting a little bit at the moment, so I'm just watching it at this stage. It may be something that I'll be looking to do something with here this morning. Depends on how the price moves around here. So just waiting to see how it's going to close on the hourly charts and all of that first of all. Hope you're very well. We've got yep, full live trading for you this week. It was funny actually. Last week, finished that video early. Ended up having a really nice Friday afternoon. It's typical, isn't it? And there's some lovely moves on Friday evening. I went out Friday afternoon, got back, put some trades on, and ended up turning the account into a really nice winning day on Friday. I know I was up anyway on my swings and stuff, but on the intraday trades was quite nice. But you have to stop the videos at some point. To this morning's video has to be over fairly quickly because I'm heading off to the southwest to go surfing for the weekend. So this has to be over by late morning today. So fingers crossed I can get some trades. I'll press pause. Just discussing cable here. It had a pullback earlier this morning. It's now what, 9 o'clock, and it's managed to come all the way back up again. But I'm waiting for the news coming out at 9:30. We've got manufacturing and service sector news coming out this morning. And so it's all the way back up. I mean, I'm a few of us are long from sort of yesterday and the day before on cable, but that's on like a more of a sort of a semi-swing basis. But really wanted to be long, get long this morning, but couldn't justify getting long earlier on. So waiting for the news to come out. But as it's come all the way back up, it's always in these situations. I'd rather it was consolidating here before the news comes out, because if the news comes out and then it pushes it higher, which is what I'd like to see. From here, I can still get on board. From here, or maybe even higher in the next 30 minutes, it's harder to get on board because it's already run so far, and it'll be into the next level of resistance. The next level of resistance is yesterday's high, which is just over here at 75. So, and it's at 60 now. So I'll have to contend with that and make a decision. Sometimes being in a trade already is quite nice. So the trade that's already there. Oh, there we go. I've just said there. Okay, looks like it's flown, isn't it, before the news is even out. So, it's nice for the existing position. There's the existing position. Oh, there is no yen position this week because the yen I closed out this week for it was about 14,600 odd pounds in the end on that dollar yen closed out. So this is the only position I have running currently, and who knows what's going to happen with it. But that's not live trading. That's just a little swing I've got on at the moment, just with a couple of lots. So I'm just going to have to play a waiting game and see what's going to happen here. But anyway, it's just hit the yesterday's high just while I'm recording here. And so now it's allowed to, if it wants to, come all the way off on the news. We'll have to see. It's had a spike prior to the news. So I'll press pause now. We'll see what happens. No more private messages at the moment, folks. Right, okay, so we've got 10 seconds to go. So I'm looking to get long on cable. If it starts to fire up, I'm going to try and get long. If it doesn't, then I'll leave it alone. So let's just see how it's going to move here on the news and whether I can indeed get in or not. That's if it does go up. It may not. It's coming down. So it's coming down. Coming down. So I don't need to do anything at the moment. We'll see. Sometimes they come down and then they thunder back up. But no, it's come down. Okay, that's made my job easy, isn't it, after all that? Thought it might go thundering up there today, but no, it's coming all the way down. So the news is whatever the news is, it's coming down. So nothing I can do with that one at the moment. If it fires, oh blimey, if this locks into the downside, you never know, I could even end up looking at shorts. But at the moment there's too much conflict, so I've come out to the hourly chart. It's just come down to test the hourly 50, and so too much conflict there just yet. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back, and on the back of that news, obviously we came down, like I was saying, we've sort of held down here. So what's happened here on the hourly chart, if I just zoom out here, it's come back down to and hit the low end of the range again. So it was right up the top end of the range, and it's come straight back down. So it could well be that cable's going to sell off some more yet, but it is down at that lower end of the range. We are at just after 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've got really not a lot of time before I have to leave. I've got to leave by 11. That's out of the door at 11. So the chance for me to get a trade on is diminishing by the minute, unless we can have a quick rally up, quick bounce, and I can get a quick trade off. So I'm looking for a bounce up to a sort of 132 zone. I'm looking off screen, might be a bit above that. There's some levels I'm looking at. If it can do that, then I'll see if I can get into a trade, but I really want to get into a trade and then out of the trade quickly, which is not easy to do in the space of half an hour necessarily. But we've got negative momentum across the board at the moment, but still overall this is a neutral trade, neutral market at the moment. When I'm looking at the hourly and 4 hourly chart, it's fairly neutral. So it's not a big downside bias at the moment. So, but anyway, we'll keep an eye on this. If it pulls up into that range, then I'll start looking at maybe a short, see if we can get something in. Otherwise, I'm saying to the guys, I'm talking to the guys in the room at the moment. They're listening in while I'm doing this, and I was saying that it's been a long time since I've not taken a trade on a Friday live video, and it's always possible. I just don't trade. There's nothing wrong with doing that as well. I'm always trying to push it sometimes to get a trade off, just to do a trade for the video. And sometimes, you should just sit back and say, do you know what? It's not there. So we shall see. If it doesn't come in the next 10-15 minutes, then I may not be trading. Well, this is a shame. It's the first, I think, in a long time, but I've not managed to get a trade off this morning, and it's now 20 past 10 and I need to call this video a wrap. Normally I'd find one later on in the day or whatever. Cable has held down here, but it didn't get up to 132 zone I was looking at, so I'm leaving that alone now. And I was just looking at the euro dollar. That looks like it's got some more upside here. That is looking good for some more upside, but again, I'm running out of time and I'm not going to be able to get it all done and wrapped, so I'm out of time. Have a great weekend. Sometimes it's a good lesson just to say, do you know what, if it's not right for you, if you haven't quite got your setups, sit on your hands. There's always a time later in the day or there's always tomorrow. A good lesson from this week, just to say you don't have to trade. Remember, cash is also a position. Have a great week. Oh, and one last thing to mention. I was talking in the room with the guys this morning. We're doing our confessions and the likes, and there was a great confession that came out from a new trader who had, when they started off trading, they'd done really well for a few weeks, and then gave back their gains through more emotional based trading. And they had to question their own, with all the mistakes they made, they had to question, they had to persevere. And there's a great quote here which says, "You're never a loser until you quit trying." And I think that says a lot about trading. Keep on trying. See you next week.